Hey everyone, welcome to Blue Moon Whispers. I'm Leah, and this is my channel. And happy April! Oh my gosh, y'all! Was it just me? Was this not? Is this not a long winter? Like today, we have outside right now an ice storm happening. I mean, welcome to upstate New York in April. But we're on April 2nd, so April showers, blah blah blah, bring May flowers. So we're going to be positive, but my goodness, is it so gloomy. Wow. So why I'm here to talk to you right now in my cozy pajamas. These are my pajamas. I love this shirt. It says broken crayons still color. Anyway, yay. Side note, this has been a very emotional last couple of weeks, just a lot of stuff going on. And I want to just share a little bit about some herbs that are actually really good for um, women specifically. Now, if you're a guy listening to this, please stay listening. You can learn a lot. You got a girlfriend, you got a wife, you got daughters. You can learn a lot from this. And you can also take these herbs and it will help with certain things. And I'll share that. But I, it's been a lot going on, a lot of hard stuff adulting. So anyway, as a woman, if you're listening, you know exactly about two weeks before, you know what's going on. We're ovulating, our hormones are changing. We're always going through hormone flux, but we'll just say they're really, the estrogens and all those good things. We've got a lot of feelings and emotions with that. I could go more in depth about that, but that's not what this video is about. Okay, so this video is not about the whole mechanisms of like what happens when a woman's about to be in her bleed cycle, but I want to talk about hormones, but specifically PMS. Don't freak out, men. PMS. But there are herbs that actually really help with that hormone fluctuation. And if life is really happening and there's a lot going on in my life, it tends to make me feel like I've never felt this stress before. But the problem is that there's like this blinder on us in a sense where we have like amnesia that literally we said the same thing the month before. I know people that they love me, they're in my life daily, and there's definitely patterns, right? But every month it feels, every month is different, but there are months where I forget that I've been here before, I've thought these things before, and it's not as heavy as it is. It's not as crazy as it is. It's not as bad as it seems. But I will say the older I get, the more those intensify. And I know that I'm 39, hopefully not premenopausal anytime soon, but I'm also going to share some herbs that have to do with premenopausal and menopause. So all to do with hormones, right? Hormone regulation, but specifically anxiety, depression. So hopefully I got some people's attention there. Anxiety, depression, and if you're a guy, stay with me. I'm going to share some herbs that can help you lower your cortisol levels and depression and anxiety. Same with women. So it's not just for our hormones, but I am going to share some herbs for women that can help with your hormones, whether you are in your regular cycles or you're premenopausal or menopausal. These are going to help very, very much. And these 4 herbs, there's plenty of herbs out there that I can talk about, but there's 4 specifically as I've gone down this road of discovery. There are 4 herbs that I really like that attack a lot of different things. And one of them is evening primrose. Evening primrose is really good for your skin too. It's really good for any inflammation when it comes to any like skin irritations, things like that. But evening primrose is great for internally, specifically for women and men for depression and anxiety. But not only that, it helps reduce or control your hormones in a sense where, when we have those roller coaster feelings, it just gives you more of a, for me, what I've definitely noticed is more of a, I stay at baseline and I stay steady versus the manic ups and downs of your moods, which have to do with your hormone fluctuation. So evening primrose is great for PMS, really, really good for that. But it also is really good for bloating. And there's a few other things, but specifically PCOS. So if you have polycystic ovary syndrome, which I have, you want to take evening primrose. It's really good for a lot of things, but also regulating you. And I know PCOS, those who have PCOS tend to have a irregular period. The other one would be Motherwort, and Motherwort is awesome. Okay, so Motherwort actually helps women during childbirth with their contractions. That's why they call it the mother. I don't know why it's Motherwort, but it's Motherwort. But you think of mothering, helping, all that stuff. So Motherwort's great for anxiety and depression as well. So men, you can take Motherwort as well, even though it says mother and helps with people with contractions. Oh, men take this too. Helps with anxiety and depression, also with sleep problems. But Motherwort is one of them, as well as ashwagandha, which I think a lot of us, you all know a little bit about ashwagandha, I'm sure. And I'm talking really fast because I'm trying not to keep this to be like, a 15-20 minute video. It shouldn't be that long. And I'm trying to land the plane and give you guys some really good stuff to take away. But ashwagandha is great for lowering cortisol levels, as well as helping fight against depression, anxiety, and it's really good for PMS, any of the women hormonal situations. So I think of all the herbs, ashwagandha, in my mind, ashwagandha is great for a lot of things. It's like one of the top herbs on my list for pretty much anything. And then the last one, so that was the third one. The last one is St. John's wort. St. John's wort helps with both hormones and your mood swings. So I would highly recommend taking some St. John's wort. And you can get all these 4 herbs. You can get them in loose tea form, so you can make some teas, just like you saw me with my tea ball. But I recommend it in tincture form because I usually don't have time, especially in the morning when I take a lot of my supplements, or at night. I'm not wanting to make a cup of tea and let it steep for a while. But if you have time, make some tea. That's a great idea. But if you want it in a tincture form, this is all 4 of them in a combination tincture. So what I would do is take a dropper, probably about 2 or 3 during, probably especially right now, like as I'm coming up to my bleed, I would take a few of these a day, probably like 2 or 3 a day of the droppers. I highly recommend, if you're dealing with menopause, premenopausal, I want to make a separate video on that. So if you're interested in that, please comment, like, interested in your premenopausal, menopausal videos. But you can also reach out to me because I have a lot of other herbs that I would recommend for someone with premenopause or menopausal symptoms. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. That's my point here. This is why I'm getting on here. This is why I'm even sharing this video / this channel is all about sharing so people don't have to suffer, whatever it is. And women, I of all people, being someone who struggled with and diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovary, PMDD, premenstrual dysphoria disorder. I mean, that's a newer one. And you may say, like, all these diagnoses, right? But this is actually very true. However, if you're diagnosed with something, you can attack it naturally. You can. And don't tell me you can't. You may not get there as fast, but you'll get there. And these are herbs that can help you, especially if you deal with some really heavy mood swings, guys, during that PMS time, especially a week before your bleed. You want to not only take red raspberry leaf too, because that's also really, really good. I like that in tea form, so I take that in tea form. But red raspberry leaf is great it's like an astringent for your uterus. It helps clean it out, also helps with cramps, all that good stuff. Taking these 4 herbs in tincture form, evening primrose, St. John's wort, ashwagandha, and motherwort, all 4 of those in tincture form can also help you. If you take a couple droppers a day, you'll also make better decisions, y'all. Like, I'm serious. There are times where I'll just be very frustrated and overwhelmed during that time, and I'll say things, or and they're not bad, but like, say do things that maybe I don't really actually think or mean, you know? And I'm not talking about being crazy, like doing something like robbing a bank, but I'm talking about the little things that wouldn't normally bother you. And then you make it a larger deal, and then you include other people, and then they think you're kind of like, what's going on? Like, and very hormonal, very PMSy, you know, stuff like that. So I'm just here to help try to ease anyone's struggles, you know, especially women out there, especially young moms. A lot of what I know can benefit folks. So I really hope like you can take this channel and use it as something that you can, you know, hopefully glean things, take it away, old school stuff. And I'm not afraid to try something old. So really to bring this all together, I just hope and pray that this channel can bring you some ease. Um, Anyone, male, female, anyone. And I'm appreciative of you being here. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, like, I just had a cozy cup of tea, have a conversation with y'all, share with you guys some good DIY things to solve some problems. If you actually say, you know, not to push this on you or whatever, not to force anybody into this, but if you need a bottle of this, I'm not selling these for expensive at all. Like I will give these things away almost. So you can also reach out to me. I have it on my website. If you would like my website, reach out, or I believe it's in my bio. But anyway, you don't have to suffer, and don't be afraid to try something old, because a lot of the old remedies have been forgotten, and I think a lot of that has to do with the pharmaceutical world. And nothing against those. The medicine that has been created has helped a lot of people, yes. But it has also hurt a lot of people. So I think that it's good to know your options. And that's what I'm here for. So that's me, Blue Moon Whispers, Leah DiSabatino here, bringing you all the goodness, trying old things, bringing old ideas to you. And I hope that not only can you glean from this and take it away, but maybe share it with someone else who you know is struggling today. I know a lot of women out there, you know, your friends are like, girl, I am in my cycle and I want to tear the roof off this place. Just share this with them, because guess what? These herbs you can get in the stores. You can get these and you can make tea and you could feel better and have a better life. And that's the goal here. I just want to elevate you. So thank you for stopping by. Thanks for listening through this whole video. And if you don't mind, like and, you know, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And thank you so much. Love y'all. Have a great day.